Well, as you'd be hearing in the headlines every day, we have a perfect culmination of challenges in our region, all the way from the post-COVID economic crisis, value chain disruption. We're now seeing, of course, some other geopolitical concerns, security challenges, but of course, importantly, climate and disasters, which do impact heavily on all of the countries in our region, and specifically on those people who are the most vulnerable, our farmers down on the field level, particularly those right up against those storms, floods, and landslides.
How is that going to be put in place, practically speaking?
Well, we're talking about 1.2 billion people in our region who are undernourished. So what we have here is a great opportunity to really start focusing in on, number one, food productivity, increasing the amount of food that's produced. Number two, ensuring it's nutritious and high quality food. We're aiming for 25% of our investments in agriculture and food security projects to be targeted towards nutrition projects. Number two, nutrition plans that we're going to embed into our country strategies to ensure that the countries are thinking about the way forward for nutrition. And number three, we're thinking of clever financing and the potential to have and raise nutrition bonds, for example, to further generate cash and generate finances that ADB can then embed again into development projects.
With $7.5 billion of this $40 billion expected to come from the private sector, how is ADB encouraging private sector investment?
The private sector is a core part of ADB, and we have a shared balance sheet. In other words, ADB's financing that we do to our governments and the financing to the private sector are all part of one pool of financing.
Right.
So they're very integral to the work we do. And we now have a part of the private sector which comes in really far upstream to bring them in right at the starting point of a project idea and working with the government to identify potential areas. And I think what we do see often in the private sector are some of these really innovative ideas around agribusiness. So it's that symbiosis of working together, working with governments, working with the farmers on the ground or communities on the ground and understanding where their challenges are, and then bringing that private sector in as a binding part of the equation.
Really enjoyed
Great
that
to
chat.
meet you and great
Thank
to chat
you.
with you too.